Okay, friends, so now that we had our blanket all painted in, we're going to start to work at the top of our paper. If you did not finish your blanket, you can work on that later. For right now, we're going to do a little bit of crayon in our portrait. So I'm going to start, just with the portrait here, and I'm going to find a skin tone that I would like to use. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the ears, face, and neck, because those are all part of areas on my body that are going to be skin tone. I am going to make sure when I do this that I'm outlining my shapes first and then filling them in. Okay, so I'm taking my time. And if there's not enough peach colored crayons in your crayon bin, you can start with your pillow first while your neighbor's using the peach colored crayon, and then when they're done you can use it. But you do not have to do peach skin tone either. You can do brown skin tone if you want. There's different shades of skin. So I'm going to go in, and the goal is we want to go in, layer this. Notice how I outline that first, and I'm going back and forth, and I'm pushing really hard to get opaque colors. That means they're not see-through, and this is going to help us create a resist, because what's happening is I'm pushing so hard on that crayon, I'm holding it closer to the tip so it doesn't break. And when I go in with paint later, if I pushed hard enough on the crayon, I'm less likely to get paint on my person. Now, if you already got paint in the neck or face, you're just gonna have to leave it. You can't get rid of it, but we could try to color over it. That's why I told you to make sure you outlined the blanket before you filled it in, so those things didn't happen. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my hair, and I kind of have like a brown hair, so I'm gonna go in, pushing nice and hard, outlining areas. All right, so now that I have my hair done, I'm gonna work on my pillow. You can do whatever color you want for your pillow. I'm gonna do the inside part of my pillow one color and then the outside another. So I'm gonna go in, outline around my head, pushing nice and hard my pillow, and now I'm gonna work on getting that colored in. Okay, so now that I have that done, I'm gonna go in and do the outside of my pillowcase. Same thing, taking my time, layering, going in the direction of my lines. All right, so now that I have my face and pillow done, I'm gonna paint the negative space. The goal for this part of your painting is to make your value light, and value is the lightness or darkness of a color. We're going to use these paints again, and you're only going to use one of the primaries. We're not mixing with this because I want you just to focus on making your colors light. That's all. So you're going to pick one of those primaries, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a wet on wet. So I'm going to go in, and I'm kind of just going to wet that area first, trying to go around the pillow, and maybe I'll just do half of the paper at a time. So I'm just kind of going in, doing half. And what this is called again is this is a wet on wet. All right, we're not going to dot the color, but we're getting it nice and wet so that when we apply that color, it's easy to blend it and keep it light. So now I'm going to go in with my color choice. I'm going to use blue, and I'm going to outline around that pillow, and you'll see it's pretty dark. So what's nice is that since we already applied water, I can push with ballerina toes, hold it by the gripper. I can push that color out so that it remains light. So you'll see, and I can even go back in with more water if I need to, that I created a really light value. Now, if I decide to go in with more blue, I just want to get a little bit, because I noticed how dark that color was. I don't want to do too much at a time. So I'm just gonna kind of move that around. And we don't want puddles of water to form either. So I did half. Let's look and see what happens if I don't add water to this side first. So let's see, I'm gonna go in. Oh, see the difference? I didn't wet the paper first. So it's, you know, as long as I add enough water, it's light, but it's a lot easier to blend that and keep it lighter if I go in with water first in my area and then add a little bit of that blue. Easier to blend. Okay, so I have my background done. I'm being very careful to outline around this blanket here. And so now that I have my top and done, if you need to finish any of your bottom sections, please do that. Remember, only 2 colors in each section. You shouldn't have stripes right now or any color mixing. Beyond just those 2 colors, remember, if you do 3 primaries, you're going to get brown. So in each section, 2 of the primaries are mixed together, and that's it. I know that a lot of us want to do stripes and designs, but we are going to do that next time we're in art.